People ask me, when do you know that you are ready to be released as a prophet? And that's a twofold answer to that, because you have people who will release people on a gift because they're accurate and things of that nature. It's been consistent that they have been able to accurately give a word, so they will release them to be prophets. But when it comes to Jesus, it's different. Jesus has to be your everything. He has to be like the very air that you breathe. You're not just flying on a gift. You're not just flowing on your gifts. What you are doing is you recognize that you are the gift. And because you are the gift and Christ in you, everything that you do is Christ centered. You live a Christ centered life. You live a life that is so engulfed in prayer and worship and in the word of God and things of that nature, to make sure that you are hearing and seeing and discerning what God is saying accurately. Your relationship with God is like oxygen. And you have a hammer, and the hammer that you have, to whom much is given, much is required. So because you have this hammer, the hammer is the authority, the backing, the mantle, the power of your words, of the things that you say. You know how you can say something to some people, somebody can say the exact same thing to somebody, but when you say it, people say, oh, you hurt my feelings. You said, and you said it, you thought you said it lightly, you thought you said it softly, and things of that nature. But because of the authority, because of the power on your words, people's feelings get hurt when you say the exact same thing, even though you don't think that it's in a rough manner. But because of the reception of the word coming from a prophet, it hits them harder. It hits them like a hammer. And a lot of people who are being released by people saying that they're ready, they haven't been processed or anything, they're just gifted and flying on a gift, they have a hammer, and those words that they speak is abusing, is crushing, is hurting the feelings of the saints, because they have been released by man and not necessarily released by God. There are many people with gifts who don't spend time with God. They just flying on gifts and things of that nature. They don't half know the word. They don't really spend time in worship, and they'll pray, but they'll pray according to the flesh and not by the spirit. So there's a difference in being released. When you want to be released by man, all you need to do is be gifted and be accurate. You want to be released by God, you have to depend on God. He has to be the very air that you breathe, be your everything, your all in all, so that when you are released, you know that what you are speaking is straight from God, straight with no chaser, but it hits like a hammer. But you're responsible, because to whom much is given, much is also required. Be blessed.